So let's go back to that part about taking risk.
Please.
For me, and I think this is crucial for men, especially with kids, because you feel like you have to play it safer in a wise way to take care of your family. But the shift for me, I think all of us get faced with this, is before really having an identity shift in who I am as a child of God,
hmm
I would only attempt things based on whether I already could foresee success in that. I would only do
Mm,
something if I thought I was going to do it successfully. And I would never take the risk to exert my full effort. And, the misogi concept I've heard in, I think it's Japanese culture, that do an event every year that's has enough risk in it that you have a 50-50 shot of failing.
hmm.
And I learned I was only attempting things in my life, in my career, in athletics, and in my faith, if I could do it with like 60% effort, maybe 75. And because I was capable, maybe above average capable, people thought I was giving my all when I was really playing it safe.
hmm
This revelation that God downloaded on me in a season where playing it safe is the riskiest thing we can do in life. Now, as an engineer, my job was to minimize risk for ExxonMobil, one of the largest companies in the world with a huge portfolio. And we were about managing risk. And in life, there's a lot of wisdom in that. So I believe in being a calculated risk taker. And with that said, the life of faith that we're called to lead means that we almost dismiss some of the natural things we experience as humans, and we're looking to eyes above. What does God call us to do? What is he
Mm,
doing? Our Father in heaven, your will be done on earth as it's in heaven. So what did Jesus model? He's looking at his Father, and then he's living it out here. So it means we're taking what the world would deem as unnecessary risk. And the revelation shift for me was around, hey, I'm not defined by whether this thing is successful
hmm
or it fails. I'm defined based off the parable of the talents, 5, 3, and 1. He said, well done, my good and faithful servant. You used what I gave you. But to the one who sat on it, didn't take risk, he said, you wicked, lazy servant, you didn't understand my heart, and you're going to be punished for that. So I think when we understand that God doesn't have the heart of, hey, you messed up on something bad, 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 which is kind of the religious take. It's more of, hey, son, I've given you stuff to use and do. Go take risk with it. If you make a mistake, adjust. A
Yeah.
righteous man falls 7 times and gets back up 8. So when that revelation happened
Mm,
in my life, first, I learned, you know what? I've been afraid to go all in with God. I've been afraid to express my own heart and feelings towards him where I've been disappointed. I've been afraid of how people will judge me. And when I laid that down and just bared my soul to him and then to others, and to others, it looked like, hey guys, I know I'm this preacher's kid who's one of the leaders, and yet I still struggle with porn last night, and not
mm.
presently last night, but years
Yeah. Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
and being willing to open up and receive the judgment or the freedom, which I didn't know truly existed. So I know we live and preach that in our communities, but the way it translated for me was I was playing it safe in my career. Engineering was the safe option for me. I
Mm,
understood math and science fairly well, but to go out and do something else was like, man, I don't know if I could be successful. So I'm not going to touch that. I don't know if I could speak my faith and how people are going to respond to that. So I'm just going to stay away from it. And I'm just going to try to act like I've got it together. So when I began living from that place, Deuteronomy 4:29, God says, seek me with all your heart, all your soul, and there you'll find me. So I just decided, you know what, God, I don't know how this plays out, but with everything I have, I'm going to surrender my life to you and trust that you can move and guide me. And you be the one that determines what success looks like. And in that place, a year later, that's when Ninja Warrior, the TV show, knocked on my door, figuratively speaking, because I saw it on TV and something stirred in my heart. Like
mm.
I would like to go for that. That seems scary, but also a lot of excitement, challenge, and impact.
All right, my friends, you've been hearing me talk about the Genesis program through Rise of Kings, and I am incredibly excited to invite you to it as well as be a part of it. Rise of Kings has helped thousands of men over the last 5 years discover the reality of their identity, and now they have launched the Genesis program, which is for young men ages 13 to 17. And here's the idea. You as a father would take your son to this 2-day event to start to initiate a conversation and an awareness around what it means to be a man. but the conversation would really be between you and your son. And then after the 2-day event, once we expose your sons to the 4 pillars, to what it means to be a man, then we work with you and your son. I'm actually the coach for the mastermind program. You got Mondo Davis, who does the 2-day event, incredible man, 11 children. He's currently working with his 16-year-old son. I'm working with my 16-year-old son. So you guys, this is fresh, this is real, this matters. So we want to invite you to the 2-day event with you and your son. Then after that, I'll be the coach for the 6-month mastermind, where I'm working with you every 2 weeks, and then I'm working with your sons every 2 weeks, with the idea that we're helping you to really step into what does it look like to help transition your son from a boy into a man. This is something you won't want to miss. It is worth the time, the resources, to really help your son see who he is young and early, so that he can love, lead, serve a family and the kingdom moving forward at a young age. Please go to riseupkings.com/FFN to register you and your son. Would love to see you in the program.